Hello, beautiful souls. Recently, I shared an experience that I've been moving through, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about that. If you missed it, long story short, I had an abnormal mammogram, which turned into a biopsy, which has turned into the need for a lumpectomy. The pathology is benign so far, and they'll know for sure once they take that tissue out, so that's good news. But I wanted to talk today about the feelings that I had through this process and still currently have, and what has helped me move through it. I've been in this unique space of practicing what I preach. So I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel fear and anxiety. I did. It would come in waves, and for good reason. I also experienced doubt. I experienced disbelief, like sheer just really could I have breast cancer at 45? And unfortunately, my life experience has told me yes, I absolutely could. My grandmother passed away from breast cancer at 45. My uncle died from cancer at 45. My aunt died from cancer at 45. So I'm not exempt, and I knew that. That's where a lot of the fear and the anxiety came from. I would have these moments where I would just think, gosh, what if? What if? And the thoughts came. We have these emotions which turn into thoughts. And here's where I was in control. And I, ironically and not coincidentally, had just done a video on this not that long ago. We have control over the way we take those thoughts. I did not have to go down the rabbit hole with them, and I chose not to. So one thing that I spoke about in a video not that long ago, I was able to really put into practice through this process. And that was allowing myself to feel my emotions. So when that anxiety came, I just sat with it. When the fear came, I sat with it. All of the emotions that I felt were absolutely valid. Very good reason to feel them. However, I did not have to allow any thoughts that followed those emotions to take root. I am a huge proponent and advocate and of if you are going to make shit up in your head, make it good. It's really that simple. So did I have thoughts of what if? Did I have thoughts of how would I tell my family? Yes, I did. However, I just allowed them to move through me. I just did not allow them to take root, and that really helped me. Another thing that helped me through was I had amazing support. I didn't tell a lot of people. I wanted to have all of my information before I really shared it, and I only really told a few who happened to be in my close proximity and knew what I was going through. And the support and the love that I felt from them is amazing, and was amazing, continues to be amazing. And I want to talk about as well the biopsy. Again, I felt fear and anxiety because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know. They can tell you what the step-by-step what the procedure is going to be like, but you just don't know until you're there. But I had 2 technicians, a nurse and a doctor, in this span of 15 minutes to do this biopsy. And one of the technicians walked to my side and held my hand. And in this day and age where we are experiencing social distancing and we're experiencing so much fear and masks, and sometimes, our situation in our country or even in the world can feel so hopeless, this small act spoke volumes. I will never forget that. And I was reminded, it's those little things. It's those little actions. She probably left work that day and didn't think anything about me, didn't think anything about that moment, but I will never forget it. So that's the kind of impact that we can make. It's the little things, the light is still there in the world. The goodness is so there, and I deeply believe there's more love, light, peace, good than there is the other. So that is in our control as well. Don't forget those little things. They add up and they make an impact for sure. So I appreciate you listening, and I hope this helps if you're moving through something that is a little difficult or creating some fear and anxiety in your personal life. And, we're all in this together. No matter what we're going through, we're in it together. And I want to take this opportunity to remind you, ladies, get your mammograms. It's extremely important. This was not a lump. I would have never felt it. This is a cluster of cells. It is tissue that is changing. There are microcalcifications. These are little specks that can really only be picked up on mammography. So get your mammos. I hope all is well. If it's not, it will get better. Much love.